Alright, gang, welcome back to our survival challenge, and welcome to September. It is a very busy September, to be exact. Now, some of the things we're doing, we probably could, break up into September Day 2. We're not going to do that. I've got workers working already pretty heavily here. Specifically, we are working on spraying of this field, which is great. I've got a worker up on the grass field that we expanded recently. It's ready to harvest. And then I have a worker over on the field way over there in the distance that's been ready to be, well, quite frankly, it's been ready to be drilled for a while. And we're putting in some wheat over there. Now, we also have the field directly behind this one out there in the distance that you can barely see. That can also be drilled today. It will be drilled today. Besides this field, we also have to spray our bigger field over there that we expanded near our new production area from the last episode. So lots to do today. We also have a lot of pallets that need to be moved around. Those two new productions we put down have produced us, well, the one at least has produced us quite a number of pallets already, which is great, right? That's more money for us in the long run. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. We are nearing the end here. Technically, if we do 2 episodes in October, there's 4 left. If we do 1 in October, there's 3 left, counting this one. So we are very close here, gang. It's sad. I've really enjoyed it, but at the same time, it is time to move on and get something new going. So we have absolutely 100% succeeded in this series. There's no doubt about that. A little foggy day today, a little cloudy day today. Looks like the sun is going to break, and the clouds will break, I guess I should say, a little bit later on. Overall, a good day. Now, there is something we still have yet to do, and we probably aren't going to do it today, but it'll probably be in the next episode. I talked about this since the very beginning of the series, and for multiple reasons I've been putting it off, but it's about time to do it now that we're getting close here to the end. So we will be putting down that little bench and kind of making a tiny little walking path over there near our little creek and 2 little lakes in the waterfall. I said I wanted to do it at the very beginning. We held off for multiple reasons, but it's time to do it. So we're going to be incorporating that more than likely in the next episode. I've been trying to work on the series that I have continued to mention will be eventually taking over this one. I got a few more things to hash out, so it may not start as early as I had initially planned. And what I mean by that is I had initially thought I would just, maybe start an episode right before we end this series, just so we can get that one kind of going. Might not end up starting until after this one's done. I'm not positive yet. I'm still trying to work out a few kinks that I think just aren't working as well as I had initially planned or wanted it on paper, right? So we'll see. But my goal is really to try to get at least one ready to go as soon as this is done, or like I said, right before this series is done. So let's see. The time you're watching this should be coming out on a... let's see, what is today? Thursday, I think? Will this come out on Thursday? Is that right? Does it seem right? I don't know. It's a Thursday or Friday, I think, when this is going to be coming out. So pretty much by the time the series is done, we'll be kind of towards the mid or end week of the following week of when you're watching this. So in other words, I only have a couple of days, really, to try to see if I can make this, well, I was going to say work a little better. I don't think it's that. I think it's going to work fine, but just flow a little bit better than make me feel a little bit happier, I guess, about the flow of it. Now, for whatever reason, this area over here, it still thinks there's a stump or something over here, but there's not, at least not that we can see with the eye. So I'm going to waste a little bit of herbicide here, but it's not that big of a deal. We have plenty of it. And I think there was a tiny bit over here that I missed when I first started, I think. Yeah, here it is. Not really it's going to matter that much, but we'll just go ahead and top that off as well. So let's go ahead and fold this up. We'll head over to the other field. It's going to take us a minute. Let's see how the workers are getting on here. Okay. He's doing all right. I think. I don't know what he's doing, actually. He's going all over the place. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, the worker doing the mowing is doing well. They're actually finally doing it the way that I wanted to do it to begin with, since we expanded the field. Finally. I wanted to go this way the whole entire time, and every time I would try to put it on steering assist and try to make it work that way, it would always go the other way. It would go from that end up to here. So I'm happy that that has changed. Although it's now the end of the series, but nonetheless, let's head on over to the other field here, and we'll get started on that one. Now, we've got a lot of pallets I mentioned that we need to move around. Specifically, there's a lot of wool here that needs to be moved over to there. We probably need to focus on the animals a little bit. More than likely, that's going to occur in the next episode, though. Because we've got the grass mowed, right? We got to get all that grass picked up. We got to turn it into silage and all that stuff. So then we can turn it into TMR. We've got a bunch of straw still sitting in our loading wagon. So we can take care of that as well when the time comes to turn into TMR. They should be okay, I think, for now. Let's just double-check that statement. The sheep are fine. And the water buffalo are fine. But we should still top them off and give them a little bit more here in the next episode. Man, this thing is all over the place. Speaking of that, we haven't utilized this New Holland in quite a while, as you can tell. Well, as you can tell, that's not really the right word I should have said, but as you know, we were really only utilizing it for doing the kind of spraying like this, right? And that was mostly because it has skinny tires on it, so it just makes sense. But we really hadn't been utilizing it. We were thinking about potentially selling it because we really didn't need it, and we really haven't been doing this, the herbicide, a whole lot. But we needed it now, so good thing we didn't. It could use a service, though. We might just go ahead and do a little service to it while we're at it when we head back to put this away. Now, as I mentioned, I'm getting ready to go out of town. Actually, by the time this recording, it'll be like a day or two before I'm getting ready to go out of town. I don't really want to go out of town. Let me just preface that really quick. This is not a choice by me, unfortunately. This is a choice by my work. So I have to go up to our other work, what do you call it? I was going to say work location. I guess that works. But really, that's not really what I was meaning. I guess work hub? I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. Anyway, we have two different work offices, I guess is how I could put it. One of them is in Toronto, Canada. Well, the outskirts of Toronto, Canada. It's not actually in Toronto. It's on the outskirts. It's like a suburb of Toronto. And the other one is where I live, which I've mentioned before. I live in southern Ohio, near Cincinnati, if you know where that is. Okay, we are not going the way I expected there, but that's fine. We'll just do it ourselves. So, for work, I have to head up to that location for a couple of days. Unfortunately, I have to drive up there on my weekend, which really sucks. I got to drive up on a Saturday. So I'm going to leave somewhere probably Saturday around noonish, around lunch, maybe a little bit earlier than that, maybe 11. It's about a 7.5 hour drive, something like that for me. So I know my friend Northern Farm Sim, friend of the channel, really good dude. I know he lives in Canada, so I'll wave to him when I'm going up there. You would think with all the technological advances, maybe you might be saying you could just do that on like a Teams or a Zoom or something like that, and you probably could, but sometimes it just in work. In an office setting, sometimes it is better just to have an actual in-person meeting, if that makes sense. And the reason why that is the case is because you get a little bit more, I'm going to say camaraderie. I don't think that's necessarily the correct word to state here, but maybe you get what I mean with that statement. You get a little bit more interaction when you're in person with somebody versus on a virtual call. At least that's in my experience. So anyway, I've got to do that, which is unfortunate, but there should not... I'm using air quotes here, you can't see it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything down here. You should not miss any video. I should still have a video out every day for you. I might be a little slow to respond because I probably will not have service up there. Of course, unless I'm at the hotel and have Wi-Fi, or I'm at the office and have Wi-Fi, but normally when I'm at the office, I don't really check YouTube. Although I'd like to, I don't really... It's not really kosher to do that, obviously, if you're working, right? So let's go put this away. The mowing job looks like it has been completed. Now, for picking up all of the grass off the ground, we are going to have to do that by hand, which is fine. We did a drilling, recently, so I'm not too concerned about... I don't know why I have the lights on. Weird. What did I have the light on for? Anyway, I'm not too concerned about doing the drilling in this episode, since we did it, in the last episode a lot. Well... I guess it was 2 episodes ago, but you get what I mean. Alright, let's fold this thing up. Did a good job. It's all in nice little rows for us. That's good. Love my little track extension here. This is nice to get around. Oh, real quick, before I forget, because I already forgot. And then I saw the New Holland, and it reminded me. Clicked in my head. I'm just going to do it by hand, walk out on foot and go over here. Just try to flip between them. Because we have so much equipment now, it will take us a while. We don't have a ton of money, and that's due to the fact that we spent a bunch of money in the last episode, as I'm sure you saw. With those productions, we spent a lot of money. All right, let's go ahead. There we go. Repair that. Now we're down to 17,000, but that's okay. We've got near it makes no difference after selling 1 trailer load, 2 million in wood chips. When we sell them, is it going to be the best price to sell them? Absolutely not. It will not be the best price. However, we really will have a ton of money when that time comes, even if it's not the best price to sell them at. Should I get some silage additive? Probably should. Probably should. I'm going to go buy some. Okay, the worker completed their task. We're going to have to move them over as well, so we got to kind of move some things around here real quick before we get started. I probably should have grabbed the trailer, shouldn't I? Alright, I'm over here with this drill here. We're going to go ahead and get the drill started. We're going to put wheat in here as well. Now, one other thing we do have to do, some of the fields that we drilled in the last couple of episodes, they need second applications of fertilizer. We're not going to do that one today, though. We will hold off to do that until September day 2. We've got enough going on right now. I don't think we need to worry about that until the next day. We'll also need to do fertilizer on this grass field when we're done there as well. So, lots to do. Lots and lots to do. But we've got enough to do in this episode alone to not really focus on the fertilizer, so. Just missed a little bit back there. We'll have to come back and get that. That's okay. We'll get it on one of these straight passes coming this way. So I went ahead and bought the silage additive. It was like $80. It wasn't much. Silage additive is very, very inexpensive, which is great. Well, I should rephrase that. It's inexpensive when you buy it directly for your implement. If you're buying a pallet of it, which would supply you for quite a while, that's a little bit more expensive, right? It's like $3 grand and something, I think. All right, that grass field is done. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. I'm going to leave the trailer there for right now, temporarily. We're going to pick that up with a tractor, as I just destroy it. But we're going to pick that up with a tractor. Now, some of that grass is going to go to the sheep. They're not in any, harm of any sort. They have 22,000 liters of grass in there. That's enough for a little while. But this is probably more than likely going to be the last mowing we do before the end of the series. So I want to top them off a little bit more so they are good to go. And then the rest of it will be utilized as TMR. We'll make silage out of it and then make TMR for the water buffalo. Okay, let's grab a tractor here. This will be fine. The Fent here, we can use this. We're going to use the Fent for much of anything else besides the cultivating and the slurry spreading for a while, so we'll utilize this. In a second here, after we're done doing this, I'm going to go over and show you our productions that we put down in the last episode and truly how many pallets we already have of those. The canola oil has not been as fast, I will admit that. So how much do we want to put in here? I don't know, 10,000 maybe? Maybe a little bit more, 15,000? Somewhere around the 35-ish range. That's what I'm going to go for. Somewhere around 35. That'll work. 34,760 left in here. That should be enough grass for a long time for them now. Alright, so first things first, we've got to put this into our barn here to turn it into silage, and then eventually it'll go over into the TMR. Then we're going to pick up the straw. Do a similar fashion there, but we'll put the straw directly into the TMR mixer. Let me just see and make sure everything's set up right. It should be, but... yeah, so silage is set up good for the grass. That's good. And then the mixer has some TMR in it already, has some silage in it, needs some straw. So we will go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave that there for right now. It shouldn't harm anything. We're not going to be putting anything else in there for a while. And by a while, I mean we might not put anything else in there at all. So I think what I need to do probably is spread a little bit of straw in here for them. I think they're probably okay, but we could put a little bit in there just to be safe, and then the rest of it can go in there to make TMR. Okay, good. So we should be good now. We should be starting to make that stuff, which is good. The TMR that's actually in here, I'm actually going to go ahead and unload it, if it'll let me, into this, and we're going to take it right over to the water buffalo now. Perfect. Good. Yeah, good. We're going to run out again eventually of straw. The straw is, I mean... Well, maybe not. There's 94,000 liters of straw, only have 100,000 of silage. By the time that all that other silage gets sent over here, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'd be okay. I don't know. Either way, it's not really going to make that probably that big of a difference because we are going to be ending the series, really, before we're going to need it. Still nice to have it all set up and ready to go, though, for them, right? All right, so the animals should be great now. Yeah, they've got almost maxed out on TMR. And they've got plenty of grass in there, too. So they also have the meadow grass if worse comes to worse, right? Which they haven't even began to chew through, so. Good. So let's go ahead and put this over here. Hook this back up here. Well, maybe if I can back it up properly there, Z. Come on, buddy. All right, good. All right, this is what we need next. Now, the buffalo mozzarella. I swear it's September. I feel like we look at this every single month, and I forget about it every time. But I swear it's September. It's actually January, but right now is right now is when we're going to want to sell it, though, because we're going to be ending the series in October and it's dropping, right? So we're going to sell the buffalo mozzarella right now. I don't know why I talked like that all of a sudden, but whatever. There's plenty of sugar here. I don't think we're going to need all of that sugar, but we can just hold off on selling the sugar until the last episode. And all right, we're going to see if we can stack a couple of these. I am really not good at stacking, so you're going to have to bear with me here for a minute, but I'm going to attempt it. It's one less trip I have to make now. And that's really what this thing is for, right? Really, you should have more than what I'm putting on here, but I'm not going to even try to stack those one at a time. So we'll go sell these. This is going to make us a nice little profit, which is great. We will head over and I will show you all the pallets that we got of flour, and then I think we have a couple of pallets of canola. Not many, but a couple. Let's see how much we get out of this mozzarella here. $114,842. Holy smokes, that's way more than I expected. Wow. Okay, that's really good. Really, really good. All right, well, there you go, gang. If you've never done buffalo mozzarella, maybe now you know it's the time that maybe you should be doing buffalo mozzarella, because holy smokes. That's up there challenging the clothes, although the clothes are much easier to do. You just have to put down Grady's knitwear and have some sheep. You don't have to spend as much effort like you do in that, right? I'm taking the buffalo milk, then turning it into mozzarella and everything else. Okay, so clothes. How are the clothes? I mean, we're not going to get the best price of clothes either, so about as bad as it possibly could be, but it's not going to get any better. I should have sold these really last month, having that understanding. That's too bad. Huh. Well, I mean, I feel like we should sell them now, because if you look at that trend there, it is going to go down, continue to go down, and then it's going to plateau in September, and then maybe slightly come back up in October, but I still think right now it's higher than it's going to be in October. Actually, now having said that, October day 2 looks like it's going to jump straight up. I apologize there. I lost my breath for a minute. October day 2 looks like it might jump up higher. Okay, we'll hold off. We'll hold off. If whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, we're going to hold off. And again, not like it makes that big of a difference. We're not hurting for money, as I've mentioned many times. But still, I would like to get the best price I can get out of it before we end the series, right? Okay, put the rest of these clothes over here, then we'll head over there and get the last remaining bits of buffalo mozzarella. Okay, why can't I get rid of this pallet? Uh-oh. There we go. All right, here we go. Oops, messed that up a little bit. All right, damn. That's good money, man. I'm happy we did that. I'm very happy about that. Up to 190 grand already. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So we're going to head on over here, and I'll show you all the pallets of flour and everything we got. We have a ton of flour, gang. Now, we're not going to be selling any of this today. The flour and the canola that we're going to sell are going to be a little bit better in October. So we're going to wait kind of towards the end of the series here before we sell those. So a couple episodes to go. But I still want to drive over here and kind of give you a lay of the land there. We're also going to top off the greenhouses. I'm sure they probably could utilize a little bit of water, so we're going to do that today as well. Now we've got the BGA here, which we haven't used for a while. I probably should have put some of the silage into there. Maybe I should do that now. Yeah, we'll be okay. So there you go. That is a lot of flour that's already been spawned, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 pallets of flour already. And it's already out of materials, right? So, yeah, I think that was a smart investment for us to put that down. It certainly sped things up, and we were going to make a little bit more money off of it, too. I stand corrected. I'm sorry. We're out for the wheat, but we have barley and oats still chugging along in there. That's good, though, man, right? I mean, that's going to produce a lot of money for us. A lot more than we would just selling it outright, right? So there's that. And then the canola oil, obviously, it's a smaller amount here at the canola factory, the oil factory here, but there's still 2 pallets of it, which is great. I don't know how much is left actually in the 29,000, so yeah, so it'll continue to chew through it. Will it get through all of it? Probably not, but it should be pretty close. We're going to head back up here in a second, but before we do that, I want to potentially... So we've got this little section over here, right, which we didn't do anything with. We're not going to put another production down. I think we have enough for the time being, but I think I'm going to put down another generator of a sorts. I'm not sure what I want to put down, though. You know, I wanted to do this one. It's very expensive, so I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, you could do another windmill, I suppose. Or we could do do 2 of these. Maybe we do a little bit of a solar panel area over here. Would take up all the money that we just made, though. Not that there's a problem with that, but maybe do a little bit of a solar panel corner over here. All right, well, we started it. We've got a solar panel corner going, so that's good, right? That's going to produce us a little extra money every month. With that, plus the windmill, we've got... wow, I just lost my voice there for a second. With that, plus the windmill, we've got a decent little income there, right? It's good. Good. Okay, so let's head back up here and put this back where it belongs. I am going to go ahead, I think, and put down my little bench that I've been talking about. I said I was going to do it in the next episode, but I think we're going to go ahead and do it now. This is probably the last thing we're going to do today. We pretty much accomplished everything I want to do. The only things remaining to do are the fertilizer. I guess I need to get a drink here, gang. The only thing remaining to do is the fertilizer, the second application of fertilizer on the fields that were drilled in August, right? So I said we were going to do that in day 2 here in September, so we don't need to really do that now. So let's go into construction here. Now, I think... I could be incorrect in this statement, but I swear I got a bench here. Yeah, there's a couple. Here we go. This is the one I want. I was going to say, I swear I got a bench that was put in, and I think this is just a basic bench. I don't even think it's I think I said I wanted to put it over here, didn't I? I don't even think this is like a mod. I think this comes standard out of the game, out the box. I want it to be kind of overlooking the... I can't really see because of these trees. I want it to be kind of overlooking the waterfall, though. That tree's kind of in the way. I kind of want to put it like there. But that tree is kind of in the way. All right, let's go look at it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like that. I can see most, if I get rid of that bush there, I can see most of that there. I can sit here, watch the waterfall happen. I'm happy with that. That looks good. I like that. I like that. Now, I said I was going to put a little bit of a track in here. We'll do that later on. The track is going to be very, very small, and it's just going to be kind of a little walking track that comes from here up and around, basically follows the creek up, and then eventually kind of dumps out up near our house. That's kind of what I want. Something like this, something like we're doing right now, like we're walking right now. Up and around here, and then maybe around this tree. And there you go. It just kind of deposited itself out by our house. So with that, we're going to leave the episode there, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
you.